Hello, everyone, and welcome to Cryptocurrency 101 by Latoya the Guru. Now, I will apologize because it took me a while to get to this slideshow for mainly one reason. I have bronchitis, and I usually have it for about 2 3 months in the beginning of the year, and it's very bad, and it's hard for me to talk without coughing. Now, why do I have to talk? Because I do not know who my audience is. My target is anyone willing to learn. I would like to reach out to the visually impaired and the hearing impaired. So I like to talk and have text. Even when I am making transactions, I will probably have subtitles to serve that purpose. So, with that being said, let's get into cryptocurrency 101. So, this is going to be a brief overview. There's a lot to talk about with cryptocurrency. So we're going to define what cryptocurrency is, the types of cryptos, what a blockchain is, which is very important, some abbreviations and lingo used, and how to get started. Also, this is a reminder this is not financial advice. Always remember to research. Now, in this overview, initially I had a chart analysis, which can be pretty complex depending on the different types of charts and which platform you are looking at. And it's not just reading charts, it's also looking at your order book and looking at your buy versus sales orders. So that will be covered in the next video. All right, what is cryptocurrency? So, cryptocurrency is a decentralized network. So, decentralized is basically opposite of a bank or government, which is centralized. You have your rules and your regulations. So, in a decentralized network, you are on a trustworthy system and you self police on an open network. There's no rules or regulations on how you can deposit or withdraw as of yet. And I always say as of yet. You are free to move your money from one wallet to another. And a little fun fact that Bitcoin, which is BTC, is the first peer to peer digital currency. Also, cryptocurrency is taxable. Capital gains and losses, that will also be covered at a later date. So, types of crypto. So, you have BTC, which is Bitcoin. You have ETC, which is Ethereum, which you purchase tokens with Ether. Altcoins, which are alternative cryptocurrencies created after Bitcoin was proven successful. Tokens, they may be referred to as units. So, you might say, oh, I have 10 Bitcoin tokens. Or it can be referred to as a digital asset built on a platform such as Ethereum ERC20. Now, in terms of Ethereum, Ether itself is a token. Ethereum is the platform. So that is how you can distinguish the two between Ether and Ethereum. Just like you have a blockchain for Bitcoin, there's also a separate one for Ethereum. Um, and of course, we'll cover blockchain. Blockchain is an online live ledger which records your wallet address, your transactions, your status, and you can view inputs and outputs. And the difference is the network fee, which is paid to miners. Now, let's back up a little bit, right? So, actually, I'm going to cover this in a later date, what input and output is. So, let's keep going. Okay, this is the snapshot of a blockchain. And this particular snapshot is from blockchain.info. So, for those of you who do not know, this, for the most part, is pretty secure. So, even though this has my wallet address and the picture code, you can only send to that address. So, if you think that you're going to be slick and snapshot this, you're only going to send me money. But thank you for being so kind. So, your wallet address may be shown two different ways. So, you may have in the upper left hand corner where you can copy and paste it, or on the right is the picture which you can scan. Now, again, you can only deposit or send money to the address, cannot withdraw from the address. And always, always, always confirm or triple check your wallet address, because if you send money or coins to an incorrect address, your funds probably are not going to be reversed. So if you send $100 to the wrong address, you can kiss that $100 goodbye. Which, of course, mistakes do happen, but try to triple check. So we have inputs and outputs. My input is on the left, my outputs are on the right. So my input is my initiated transaction. So let's say I sent 0.014846 Bitcoin to another address. So my output are my confirmations through miners. So example, let's say it was 0.01400398. Now when you're sending Bitcoin or currency, you will see confirmations. So it may say 0 out of 26 confirmations are required. So it might say 26 confirmations are required, 0 out of 26 have been received. Then you might check the status again, it might say 16 out of 26. The difference between the input and output is the network fee, which is paid to miners. The definition of miners will be covered later on in this slide. Matter of fact, it's going to be covered right now. So these are common terms that you will hear specifically in cryptocurrency. Many terms you will hear in stock and you do hear in crypto, especially with those who trade. But for the most part, these are the general terms that you will hear a lot. So you'll hear of HODL or HODL, depending on how people pronounce it, which is hold on for dear life, aka hold. So apparently it started off as a joke. I believe someone was drunk and they misspelled it. And then now the world has took off and run with it. P2P means peer-to-peer, which is what Bitcoin was built on, a peer-to-peer site. So Satoshi is 100,000 units, or is 8 digits. So 0.0000001 Bitcoin is 1 Satoshi. So example, 20 Satashis is 0.0000020. Your wallet is an address where your coins are stored. It's equivalent to a physical leather wallet that's in your purse or your pants pocket, except that a physical leather wallet is not as secure, right? So if you drop it or if it gets stolen, someone has access to your cards. You know you can call and deactivate your cards or freeze your accounts. Now, with wallets, there are different types of wallets. So you have an online address, which is the least secure. Then you have a downloadable wallet, which many people use Exodus, which is a little more secure, but the most secure is a hard wallet, which is basically like a flash drive that you um, that you can put into your computer. And most of them are very limited, so they're not going to have every single coin available because there are, I believe, hundreds or thousands of coins. So they're not going to have every single coin. So it depends on what you have your money invested in is the type, I guess, of wallet that you would use. So a private key is a secret code generated for proof of wallet ownership to spend your money or your currency. Okay, arbitrage is trade from one platform to another to gain a difference in price. So, for example, we have common platforms of trading. So, you have Yobit, Bittrex, Bitfinex, Blue Trade. So, let's say Yobit has Bitcoin at $7,500 for one coin. But let's say Bittrex has Bitcoin at 7,800 per coin. I can take my wallet address from Yobit and I can then send that amount or how much I want to send to my wallet on Bittrex, and I will get the difference. But I don't really want to go into too much detail about that because it can be pretty complicated. Again, everything you do, cryptocurrency, you will have fees. So you have to assess whether it's worth the trade and which platforms to use. Now, why is there a difference in pricing? Supply and demand, right? On one platform, you may have more people who are participating, or on another platform, people just don't want to pay that price. So everything is based on supply and demand. Another common term you'll hear is pump and dump. Investors will drive up or pump up the price of a coin and then sell it at a high margin. So once they sell it, they're dumping it, basically. Whales are investors who buy large sums of coins, and of course, they have the most to gain. So they can manipulate the buy and sell order. So you may see, where you'll see an order of like 10,000 or $100,000 worth of a coin, and then that's usually a whale. So what they'll do is they'll buy a large amount because the volume will go up, and as volume increases, that attracts other potential buyers and sellers. Um, Hash is the processing power of a Bitcoin network. So, for example, 10 terahashes per second is 10 trillion calculations per second. That's a lot per second, not per minute, but per second. So, miners, as I was speaking to previously, they get rewarded for validating transactions within a blockchain and creating blocks, which are records. So they buy equipment for these transactions, but the equipment consumes a large amount of storage space, electricity, and also time. It is very time consuming to mine. Very, very time consuming. So most people say, how do I get started? Now, initially, you may not want to trade, you may not know what you want to put your money to, but you just want to get started. Now, with a lot of these apps where you will deposit to buy Bitcoin, you may have to go through verification processes. So it may take you a week, it may take you 2 weeks, it may take you a month. So regardless of whether you deposit $100 and it's in Coinbase or Airbits, or whether it's on a trading platform, the value of Bitcoin or whichever coin you are purchasing or investing in, it will fluctuate. It fluctuates per second, per minute, every hour of the day. It is always fluctuating. Now, the most common app I've seen is Coinbase. And with Coinbase, you can deposit via a card or checking account. Some banking institutions do have restrictions, which to me defeats the whole point of decentralized, which is why I personally do not use Coinbase. But you can buy Bitcoin, Litecoin, or Ethereum. Now, I'm not trying to sway you from it. I'm just letting you know that some banks do have restrictions. Airbit's app or website is an app where you can deposit via Gildero. So if you have a major US bank account, you can link it with that, or you can go through LibertyX and you can buy Bitcoin with cash. So you go to a local store that's on the LibertyX network and you show them your code. You say, I want to buy $200 worth of Bitcoin. You show them the code, it goes to your account. But you can only buy Bitcoin with Airbits. So you are a little bit more limited as far as which coin you can buy. Now, please note, with Airbits, you must register with LibertyX first prior to depositing by way of cash. Also, there are several fees associated, so it is suggested to deposit at least $100 or $130 to cover fees from initial deposit to sending it to an exchange platform. Now, off the record, let's say you deposit $100, right? Once it hits your account, it's not going to be $100. It might be $90 or $85 because, again, it's a transaction, right? So there's people behind the scenes that need to get paid. These platforms need to get paid. That's how they get paid. Now, if it's sitting there, you're not incurring any more fees. But once you send your Bitcoin to another platform, which is YoBit or Bittrex, there will be another fee, which are the inputs and outputs. Those are miners behind the scenes who are confirming your transactions. They also get a fee. So now remind you, your $100 once it hit Coinbase was $85. Now once it hits Bittrex, it might be $76, right? And then if you buy an altcoin, there's a fee. So now you might only be buying $70 worth. So again, there are several fees associated depending on the types of transactions that you do. So it is encouraged to deposit at least $100 or $130. Of course, of disposable income. Anything that you are willing to basically gamble with, right? Off the record. An investment is obviously not guaranteed profit, right? You may lose all of your money in investment, you may gain money. So only use funds that you are comfortable with losing, right? If you have $1,000 in your account, you may not want to, deposit the whole $1,000. Maybe 100, maybe $50. Depends on your situation. Everybody's situation is different. It all depends on what you're trying to get out of it. I will cover trading in the next presentation. I will cover chart analysis in the next presentation. I will cover how to deposit via cash with Airbits. And then once I attain a decent profit, I will withdraw uh, through a local Bitcoin ATM. So this should be pretty exciting. The links for Coinbase and Airbits are below. Thank you for watching.